Hello, Gulfport. Mayor Sam Henderson here. Want to give you some more answers to inquiries received through the Gabber, as well as through our recent council meetings. So let's start off with some of the introductory information. On December 18th, the city met with FEMA representatives to discuss the permitting procedures following the recent flooding events that we're all familiar with. FEMA emphasized the importance of thorough documentation and verification to comply with those regulations that we are beholden to, so that they withstand the audit scrutiny. So this means documentation requirements need to be followed. Document all damage with photos. So in the interior of your home or structure, photos of every room. Exterior, you want to get all four walls and a street view photo of the roof so that it can be clearly seen. And you're going to need to verify all those costs with detailed labor and material estimates to restore the building to its pre-damage condition. These steps are critical for that compliance and avoiding potential sanctions and avoiding delays. And while we're on this subject, this is not going to be a situation where one inspection will happen and then you're free and clear. It's a very onerous process. There could be multiple inspections required because there are initial inspections. Perhaps your insurance company is going to have to do an inspection. FEMA inspections can have, 2 or more. When it comes to confirmation inspections, if there's any questions regarding the initial inspection. So you could potentially be looking at a series of inspections over a period of time from FEMA, from the city, from your insurance. So it is an onerous process, and we are aware, so you should be prepared for this. Substantial damage determination process. Per those FEMA P758 guidelines, substantial damage determinations must be proactive and not reactive. This means municipalities that fail to follow this process after Hurricane Ian face numerous violations, potential suspension from the National Flood Insurance Program, and enforcement challenges. So we are desperately trying to avoid that scenario that has befallen other cities following Ian, where you lose your standing with the National Flood Insurance Program and everyone citywide ends up with insurance increases. So this is one of the main reasons we are trying to follow these rules to the letter, as well as being diligent and trying to get people through this difficult FEMA process as quickly as we can so that you don't end up with further delays, everything comes in correctly, and you get the money that you are due through this program to help you get back on your feet. The city of Gulfport, in trying to meet these criteria, has already issued 50 stop work orders for unpermitted flood zone work and 41 violations for work without permits and 16 unlicensed contractor violations. The reason we do this, and I know no one wants to get a stop work order because it just holds up the process further, but if we don't do these things early on, it puts your claim in jeopardy as well as putting the city in jeopardy for not doing our job correctly. And we can also get in trouble for that, which means all of our citizens could potentially pay the price for it. So we are doing this for multiple reasons, and it's just the way that this whole process works, and it's very unfortunate the time that it takes. Key reminders for our residents: all repair costs are cumulative. So any of these minor repair permits you may have received to do some of this work just to get you back in the home, this still goes toward your total cost. And if that exceeds 50% of the structure's value, that property must meet the building code and FEMA new construction requirements. This means elevating above base flood elevation for any of that new construction. And these preliminary substantial damage estimates are going to guide that process, but they may evolve as permit applications proceed. So in short, the more diligent you are with making these claims initially, with documenting everything in terms of the costs, in terms of the photographic evidence, in terms of your descriptions of what happened, the faster it's going to move along, because every snag along the way can set you back in the queue and make it cost you more time and a longer wait period. In assistance trying to help resources for residents here, the city's waived all our building department construction permit fees through March of 2025. So we've extended that out substantially to ease those compliance burdens and reduce those costs. Residents in flood zones are urged to begin the permit process promptly if you have not. I know most of you watching this are already well into it and well frustrated by it, but if you have not, you definitely want to get moving on this. The flood zone permitting packet provides that detailed guidance and is available online at mygulfport.us. To contact us for more support, you can go to mygulfport.us or call us at 727-893-1000. We remain committed to trying to help our property owners and residents get back on their feet, and we need to do this by ensuring that we are complying with FEMA and National Flood Insurance Program regulations. So if you go to our homepage at mygulfport.us, you're going to find links to the portal itself. You're going to find guidelines on the permitting process and how to get that started, as well as finding the path for an appeal process. So if you were close, if you feel like it was incorrectly done, if there was some error in how your inspections have come out, there's an appeal process for those substantial damage estimates. So if you're close on that, there's ways you can go back through that process. And again, it is onerous and it requires further documentation and answering some questions that you've likely already answered before. But that appeal process could end up making the difference for you between having to rebuild completely and being able to renovate your existing home. Also, if you feel like something is incorrect in any communication you receive either from the city or from FEMA, contact us and let us know, and maybe there's a way we can walk you through that. We've had some instances where some things were just flat out incorrect, and we were able to go back and correct it. People who maybe it was assumed they had damage because they were in an area where other homes had damage, but they got very little. So we can help you with that if there were errors. Now, in the end, we cannot fix everything for everyone because some of these structures, as you well know, are going to have to be completely rebuilt, and it will be based on FEMA compliance. It is not something that is up to the city. But if there's a way we can help you walk through it easier, a way we can put you in touch with the right people, we are absolutely going to do that. So I encourage all of you to please take use of these resources when you're dealing with our employees. Be aware that they are trying to help. They want to get you back on your feet, so please treat them kindly. They are also navigating this, learning this process the same way that you are. But our goal is to do right by our residents and by our property owners, and do it in such a way that we don't jeopardize the city's standing for years to come in terms of those insurance rates. So in the meantime, Gulfport, take care. I hope you're managing to find some peace and joy in this holiday season. And bear with us as we get through this. We'll continue to try to keep you informed and to aid you to the best of our ability. Gulfport, take care.